It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I had the privilege to interview the Georgia Tech head women's volleyball coach, Michelle Collier. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Can you talk about how you got started in your coaching career?
Yes. So I was, I played at the University of South Florida, down in Tampa, Florida. And I think just grew up a little bit around our club called Tampa Bay Juniors and got involved with them a little bit around my sophomore year in college. And just really fell in love with coaching and knew I wanted to coach after I was done with my playing career. So I was just able to get started at Tampa Bay Juniors, kind of do a little bit of the club scenario there. Then I went on to play professionally uh, around the world for a little bit, and then came back to the University of South Florida as an assistant coach to start my college coaching career. So just very grateful to do what I do.
Can you talk about, of course, your time at Tampa Bay, the travel team?
Yeah, of course. It was still, I was playing in college at the time, so it was fun to be able to, just kind of jump in. They had a great club um, back when I was helping over there, and there was a team that had lots of great Division I players that went on to play at Stanford, Notre Dame, Florida. So a very strong team, and it was just fun to be able to step in there, kind of lead by example a little bit. As a still young, 19 years old, but really able to just kind of jump around and kind of, just be a mentor for the girls on the court, and also learn the coaching side a little bit. So it was really a fun experience and definitely something that helped me just kind of fall in love with the other part of the game.
Can you talk about, of course, your time as the assistant coach at UCS? I
Yeah,
mean UCF.
yeah, I was USF was where they opened the doors for me. The head coach there at the time, Claire, she was the assistant coach when I played, so we already had a previous relationship, and she was awesome and really opened the doors to get me back into to the US and really just kind of get started my career in my alma mater. Was really special. I think that she was a great mentor and a great opportunity there. And it was fun to just be back and be able to, kind of be in a different role now over there and help the program continue to keep getting better. So I learned a lot at USF, and I was very lucky to be able to start there. That was a special feeling to be able to do that.
Can you talk about, of course, getting your first head coaching job at South Carolina, the Gamecocks, and what that was like?
Yeah, I was an assistant coach at South Carolina, and then they had a coaching transition, so I was able to kind of stay in the lead for a couple months there, but it wasn't, just a small piece of what a head coaching position would be like. And then, I was able to, within the new coaching staff, they kept me on staff there. And I was able to continue to learn from them. And really, Columbia was a great place, great school. And I think we were, able to just build a good foundation. I was able to just learn about a staff transition and how all these things kind of happen behind the scenes and how you build up a program and all that stuff. So I was very grateful to be able to stay on staff there, have a little bit of an opportunity during the spring while that transitioning was happening to play a bigger leadership role as well. So I learned a lot at South Carolina, met some great people, and it was definitely a great opportunity for me to have a feel of the SEC and a great conference, and it was fun.
Can you talk about, of course, your time as head coach at Jacksonville State? Jacksonville University?
Yeah, for sure. After I was at South Carolina for 2 years, and after that, became the head coach at Jacksonville, and I think it was a great stepping stone for me. Jacksonville is a great city, a beautiful campus, great school. Um, and that's where I learned a lot. I had to build my own staff, had to develop my own culture and program, just a little bit of limited resources there. So we had to wear a lot of hats, and do a lot of things that were necessary for the program to perform at a high level. And we were able to do that. I was able to, turn the program around, get back to the NCAAs, win our DA Sun conference, and just had a really great transition there, which opened the doors for where I'm at now at Georgia Tech.
Can you talk about, of course, the transition process from going from an SEC school to an ACC school whenever you were at South Carolina, and then you went to, of course, Georgia Tech?
Yeah. I think similar. There's in similar areas of the country. So, I think the recruiting, we're always competing for similar athletes within the ACC and the SEC. Um, I think the ACC has a little higher academic prestige, I would say, and the SEC is a little bit stronger, and known for their football programs. But just two great conferences. I think some great schools, some great coaches to learn from and just be around and compete against. And so I was definitely just lucky to be able to be part of such great conferences and seeing these conferences grow. I mean, volleyball in these two conferences right now, it's very, very strong. And I was able to just kind of see that transition and that growth, which is pretty cool.
Can you talk about the 2019 season, taking, of course, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets to their first NIH championship?
Yeah, our 2019 season was great. I mean, I think that it started obviously a long time ago, when when I first got a job here in 2014, and there were a lot of things that were building blocks to that season, but just a very unique season for us. Unfortunately, we didn't get selected to go to the NCAA, but we did get selected to play in the NIPC, which is similar to the NIT in basketball. And we really took advantage of that opportunity, won a national championship, and really made the most out of it. I think I had a special group of people surrounding us, from players to staff to support staff. And we were really able to just kind of lay a foundation from some other great things that we were going to be doing in the future. So just a fun experience to go through. Broke a lot of records. I think that our players left their legacy in this program, and they're all still here. So most of them, and so they're continuing to write their history as we get through it.
Can you talk about, of course, the previous year, 2018, making it to the postseason in the first time since 2009?
Yeah, it was great. We had a little bit of a glimpse of the NIPC in 2018, where we made it to the second round. But I think, again, just you can see the building blocks with this group. I have a really strong recruiting class with our 2018 class that's kind of has been the core of this transition here. And we had a very young team in 2018, and we were able to do something that we hadn't been able to do in a while. So that was great, and I think that definitely continued to build in 2019, and I foresee bigger and better things now this year as well. So
Can you talk about, of course, the culture that you have helped to build at Georgia Tech?
yeah, we definitely take pride in our whole culture. I mean, we love what we do. We're super intense, and I think intentional with experience from a competition standpoint, but also from a personal standpoint, and just personal development. So we were not only trying to develop the best volleyball players, we're helping them grow as people, and hopefully installing important values in them, and helping them get through life, and then just learn about it and be a support system here to help them grow and be their best on and off the court. And it's been great. I mean, we're fun to watch. We get after it. We love what we do. I think we enjoy being around each other, and we just kind of created a culture of excellence where we don't play around. We get after it, and we're good at what we do. So I think that's has been I think the foundation of all the things that we're doing.
How has your professional and collegiate experience helped you as growing as a coach?
For sure. I mean, I think that I can, because I've played, I can relate a lot with our players on emotions and things that they might be going through and challenges they might be going through on the court. That we have seen and we have been able to, put ourselves there and be in their shoes before. So I think that kind of feedback is helpful. And I think playing professionally, I think it was extremely important. Because I traveled to different parts of the world and I played within different cultures and different coaching styles and, all these things that I think has helped me be able to relate and adapt to a diverse environment. And definitely we take pride in that here at Georgia Tech. We're all very different, but we're all very respectful of each other, and we definitely come together for our come and go and being strong together. So I think that playing overseas has helped me, just learn how to adapt to different people and different cultures and learn a lot from the world and be able to bring in that experience to my program now.
Can you talk about, of course, the recruitment process and what that's like, of course, during COVID with the volleyball?
Yeah, it's definitely been different for us not being able to, be in gyms and be physically present to watch our recruits and see their developments, and even have visits, official visits, unofficial visits, just really that human interaction that definitely it's a big piece as you're trying to make decisions and really you're not only trying to find the best volleyball player to your program, but you're really trying to find a good fit of personality and qualities, just human qualities that it's going to be important for our group here. So that has been a little bit of a challenge, but we have a great 21 class coming in, and we're doing our job with our future classes, and we're watching a lot of videos, doing a lot of Zoom calls. We have definitely adapted to it. It's definitely not ideal, but I think that we're making the most out of it, and it has been just fun to be able to learn, all this technology and being able to keep up with everybody. And we just hope we can get back out there soon. But until then, we're going to keep watching lots of videos and connecting with our recruits as much as possible.
What does an official visit look like, of course, for potential people looking prospects way before COVID even happened?
Yeah, so in an official visit, we can, usually it lasts 48 hours. You can only do it for 48 hours, but you can pretty much pay for all the expenses for the player to come to campus and get to know our team. And, we do it in a way that she's most of the time hanging out with our players, really getting to know our players, because I think they're going to be a big part of her experience. And then we're just showing Atlanta, watching practice, seeing how our coaches interact, and really having a feel of what it's like to be a part of our program. So a little more of a behind the scenes look on and feel on how everything just kind of flows here. And it's definitely a great opportunity for families and for ourselves to really spend valuable time with our recruits and really get to know them as good as possible and show them all the great things that we have to offer here.
Do the prospects of the potential recruits, of course, get to try on like the uniforms on the official visit?
They do, yeah. We do a little photo shoot with them, to hopefully use it in the future, but it's not something that it can be publicized, and it just got to go directly to the recruits. But we do have it's one experience that they do have when they go on their official visits.
That's so wonderful. What do you look forward to accomplishing in this upcoming year with COVID, like around here? not knowing if you're going to have a season.
Yeah, I mean, we're just grateful to be playing and doing what we love to do. We definitely, our administration and our school has gone above and beyond, keeping us safe and getting us in the court, and from testing to even, having a fall season. We're able to play a little bit in the fall, and that was great. And now we're gearing up to play here in the spring. And we're just controlling our controllables and taking it one day at a time, and just really making sure that we're not taking these opportunities for granted, because we know that it can be gone in a second. And we love being here. We love being around the team and working with them and having contact with them. So hopefully, we're doing everything in our power to stay safe and do the things we need to do to continue to be on the court.
What advice would you give, of course, potential athletes looking to get recruited on the college level?
I think one, make sure you're reaching out to coaches, that you're learning about schools. I think that you're, really, I think not narrowing your options too soon. I think really keeping your options open and really giving yourself a chance to get to know that program and that school as well as you can. But really being on the driver's seat of your recruiting process, really reaching out, putting yourself out there, and making sure that you're enjoying, playing the game and getting better, and just the work that it's got to go into it to play at a high level. So I think that keeping your heart in it, making sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, and because you love the game, and then just going around and trying to find the best fit to this next step.
That's wonderful advice. What advice would you give upcoming coaches looking to get their start in college coaching?
I think don't be afraid to, I think similar to recruiting, right? Don't be afraid to reach out. We have a great network of coaching. Our volleyball community is very helpful and very inclusive. So I think that it's just reaching out, making sure that you're, learning and growing as much as you can, not being afraid to put yourself out there. And just kind of make sure that you, again, doing it for the right reasons. It's a great job, but it's very, intense, and it takes a lot. And so you got to make sure that you really love what you're doing, and it's about your players. It's not about you and the things that you want. It's you have to be okay to be a servant, and kind of make sure that you're being the best that you can for the people around you. And it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to do something not for yourself, but for others. And, to be able to do that with a game that we love, it's pretty cool. So I think that similar to recruiting, just getting out there, learning, watching, connecting, and then making the most out of every opportunity.
Where can my listeners find you at on social media, along with, of course, the Georgia Tech volleyball program at?
Yes, I have my Instagram. I believe it's Michelle Collier on Instagram, on Twitter as well. And you can follow the Georgia Tech Instagram and Twitter accounts as well. I think we do a fun job at social media, and it's definitely something that we enjoy. It's definitely a way that we enjoy keeping up with everybody and being able to show a little bit about ourselves and in our program. So we definitely interact in that a lot. So it's make sure you follow.
Thank you again, Coach Michelle, for your interview, and best of luck in this upcoming season.
Thank you, Brandon. Thanks for reaching out, and I'm glad to be connected, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. You can find me on Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Michelle, for your interview, and best of luck.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.